Alright, I don't have a better place to do this, so it's happening in the kitchen. Here we have the Ravin R10. I've got it set up here with the Tacticam offset. And this is an extremely high performance setup. So we're going to take it out here on the family farm and see if we can put this thing to use, because I've been checking the trail cameras and it looks like in this one particular spot, just about every afternoon we've had some activity. So, let's check it out. I gotta tell you, she is not bleeding good, but I see her right up there. I wonder if you might be able to see that little orange dot down there. That's the arrow. She made it maybe 125 yards. Oh yeah. Yep. There it is. That'd be the exit right there. Wow. Oh my goodness. Here's the entrance. I cannot believe there wasn't a better blood trail. I mean, it was just a dot here and a dot there. That is crazy. That was a rage hypodermic right in the sweet spot. The shot was maybe 12 yards. All right. Now the real work begins. All right, fellas. You guys know that I'm a fan of buck knives, and normally that's what I've got on me. But today, I actually got something a little bit different. This is the Knives of Alaska Magnum Alaskan. So, we'll see how it does. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's the next day. Normally I don't do follow-ups, but I thought it was appropriate after reviewing the footage. There's a couple points I want to make. First off, on video it looks like that smaller yearling doe was directly behind the doe that I shot. In person I could see both deer really well. For one, that yearling doe was like 5 yards behind the larger doe, and I could see the position of her head, her neck, her body. She was never in any danger of getting hit by that pass-through at all. And you can kind of see by watching the luminoc there, it just zips right on through the larger doe, and it doesn't make any other movement until it hits the ground. So I just wanted to point that out. It's just the angle of the camera or something, but I had a really good view in person, and she was in no real danger of getting hit. All right, second, I mentioned that there was a really bad blood trail. There was. The blood that was there was really dark. It looked just like a gut hit. I was really surprised whenever I got up on the deer and saw how large those wounds were. And that exit wound was further back. It wasn't that far back. I mean, it was only maybe, you know, a hand's length back from the front shoulder. On any 3D target, that would still be in the kill zone there. But I guess that was far enough back that it hit the intestine, or part of it, because stomach matter backflowed into the chest cavity there and basically clogged up the bleeding. Whenever I was gutting it, as soon as I got in that chest cavity, there was stomach matter all over. So that stinks. Literally, you know, you got to wash all that stuff out really good. But I guess it was just how wide those broadheads are, those rage hypodermics. Must have been enough to get in there and get part of the intestine. So that's why the blood trail was as bad as what it was. When you've got an entrance wound that big and an exit wound nearly the same size, Normally, that should bleed like a stuck pig. That being said, it absolutely did its job. I mean, the deer only went, 120, 125 yards and just looked like she just died on the run. It was over very, very quickly. So if it hadn't been for that one hill there, she would have dropped within sight of where I was sitting. All right, and the third point I want to make, the knife of the day. This Knives of Alaska Magnum Alaskan. I had really high hopes for this for a couple of reasons. One of which, made in America, just like my buck knives. And also the price. This thing is like twice as expensive as a lot of my buck knives. It's made out of D2 steel, which in theory should be better than most of the buck knives that I have. They use that 420 HC. It's honestly not that great of a steel. It works with their heat treating process. They get the most out of it. But take a look at this. So all I did was gut the deer and quarter it up, and I'm not sure how well this is going to focus. But you might be able to see right about where my finger is. There's a chip taken out of that blade, and there's some rolling on the edge right below it, and a little bit down here. And yeah. It's not like I was chopping or batoning with this, but even if I were doing all that, I haven't had this problem with any of my buck knives. So that's not great to see. Pretty disappointed in that. Now, to its credit, it is an extremely fine edge, right? From the factory, probably one of the best factory edges that I've seen. I mean, this thing is razor sharp. And when you have a really thin, fine edge like that, they are more likely to chip out, such as that. But it's not something that I often see. Definitely not something I've seen with my other knives that are considerably cheaper than this one. So, kind of disappointed in that. But anyways, yeah, I mean, Knives of Alaska, they're made in Texas, actually. But you think of, Alaska, you're thinking of grizzly bears and moose, not small does from Tennessee, whitetails. But yeah. Anyways, that's all the time that I have for today. Season's off to a great start here, 2025. The Crossbow did really good. Pretty jazzed up about it. Pretty confident to take it up to Canada next year. That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to use this crossbow, why I bought that crossbow to begin with. I'm not a huge crossbow guy, but I do enjoy them. I took my rifle up to Canada bear hunting this past August, and it was such a pain to take a firearm through customs to try to get it into Canada, and honestly, it wasn't that much better trying to bring it back into the US. So traveling like that with a firearm, not really something I want to do again. So probably going to take crossbows up there next year, and now seeing what it's capable of, I'm pretty confident with it. So anyways, like I said, it's all the time that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thumbs up.